Lights, camera, action, I'm splashing.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss them, wheel and dip, limousine ride, jet flying, sun look up, and I'm having a hard time holding these Detroit Lions down. Pussy.
What up, though, everybody? It's Mr. Lights, Camera, Action. I'm splashing, bringing you another episode of Up and Smoke the Podcast. I am your host. This podcast is powered by the space station, so I don't have to tell you who's behind the camera, because you know it's the best. What up, guys? Just a few things I'm going to talk about today and a few things I'm going to leave out today. I'm not going to talk about the Up and Smoke fantasy players. Reason being, there's nobody that really enticed me this week to really even talk about. But I do want you to do me a favor. I want you to go get this item out. Now, it could either be in your attic, in your closet, or simply your basement. Probably got some dust on that motherfucker too. But simply, yeah, I'm talking about a jersey. I simply want you just to take it out, whatever team or player you sport. Put that motherfucker on, man, and splash in it. And that goes for any type of jersey. The jersey can be screen printed letters, logos are screen printed, stitched. Listen, dude, it's 2024, soon to be 25. A jersey's a jersey, all right? Put it on because it's more than worthy. Listen, you're probably wondering the threads that I got on today. As you already know by now, my niche, I got a different thread and a different hat to go with my shit to match every episode. That's just what I do. And I got more sauce and flavor than colors got now and later, let me tell you right now. And here, I'm sporting the late, great Charles Rogers. Rest in peace, Chuck, as he passed away just a few years ago. Charles Rogers is one of the best wide receivers in Michigan history. Former Michigan State Spartan. He's one of my favorite Spartans. There, I said it. With another name like Andre Rison, Bad Moon Rison, somebody that gave Deion Sanders fits there in the 90s. Do your research. But yeah, so you see what I got on here. And I know you see my Lions ensemble behind me. Because I simply got Calvin Johnson. I got Jamison Williams. That's right, that's a J-Mo jersey, the Lions Thanksgiving. I know when previous episodes past, people said is that a Stafford, and it's not. Right here I got Kevin Jones, great Kevin Jones. You guys might remember he was a running back in the mid 2000s out of Virginia Tech, played with Michael Vick, D'Angelo Hall. He had the Virginia Tech Hokies on fire there. Right here I got Mike Williams. I like Mike Williams. He was supposed to be this big receiver coming out of USC. He was over there with the Reggie Bush era, Matt Leinart. A lot of people like Reggie Bush. I always like Lindale White. That's my guy. His aura was plus 1,000. I got a Calvin Johnson White. And then to the right of me here, which is probably your left, I got arguably the greatest running back in NFL history, Barry Sanders. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, hit me with your best shot. Just know I got my Lions here with me. That's if they'll let you get me. Alright? Just like the Lions also got the Houston Texans this past week on primetime as we went into Houston Texans house on the road there, took down C.J. Stroud and the Texans, but we'll talk about that here shortly. Let's get up into this Week 10 recap. M&T Bank Stadium, Burrow and the Bengals, Action Jackson and the Ravens, and this was a good one. Two quarterbacks, MVP caliber quarterbacks, and they didn't disappoint. Joe Burrow had over 4 touchdowns, 460 yards in the air passing. Jamar Chase caught 3 of those touchdowns, over 11 catches there, 260 yards. On the flip side, Lamar Jackson had 4 touchdowns with no turnovers. King Henry, Derrick Henry had 70 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Ravens squeaked by in a tightrope, 35-34. Listen, I want to get back on that Jamar Chase tidbit here. What are we doing, Cincy? Zach Taylor, are we going to pay Chase or what? Because if you're not going to pay Chase, I'll fucking find a way that I can get the money and bring him to my team here in Detroit. I think he'll fit good here with Detroit Lions if I do say so myself. Pay that motherfucker. Lions overcome Jared Goff's 5 interceptions. Golly. As we headshot the Houston Texans. Jake Bates, 52-yard go-ahead field goal there as time expires. I'm not going to lie, that primetime shit, it had me like I poured a 4 in a lean, man. I was all fucking drowsy all goddamn day waiting for the Lions to play. I fell asleep within the last 3 minutes there. I think I had too much dope. By dope, I mean marijuana. But obviously, this wasn't our best game. We still get the win here, even though we stunk it up. And I knew we were bound to stink it up at some point. I learned a valuable lesson in this game. You know, as we were rolling here, you can't always get too high. Fuck, I can't believe I'm saying that. But in all seriousness, in an ugly win, we still get it done on the road. So shouts out to the Lions organization as a whole. Jake Bates, man, this fucking kid is miraculous. This is his second game winning field goal there for the Lions. Listen, you guys showed an unbelievable amount of grit and resiliency to staying in that game. One pride, Jacksonville Jaguars coming into our den this week. Lions, I want to give you guys a tidbit. This is our 7th straight win, and it ties a franchise record. Another tidbit is we're 8-1, and this is the first time since 1954. You know the scout. Let's slide over to Germany, where this was a close one. Eddie Pinheiro, a 36-yard field goal is what lifted the Panthers over the Giants, 20-17. Bryce Young, that's 2 wins for you, Bryce Young. Way to keep your head in the game, BY. I see you. Chiefs, another week, another get-out-of-jail-free card. As they block a game-winning field goal there, 16-14 victory over the Denver Broncos. And I told you, motherfuckers, Bo Nix is the truth. He just needs some weapons around him. Chiefs remain perfect on the season. Pat Mahomes over 260 yards in the air. Travis Kelce smells the end zone. Yay! Yay! Basically, all I'm saying is the rich get richer in KC, and I'm about sick of these motherfuckers. Steelers survive a nail-biter there in Washington. Go-ahead Mike Williams touchdown has propelled the Steelers over the Commanders. Mike Williams, a new receiver there via trade out of New York. He was just hogging up spots on the bench. I don't know why New York never used the guy. As for anyone who questioned Mike Tomlin's switch from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson, you might want to reconsider Mike Tomlin's wisdom. After all, the Steelers are 7-2. Falcons couldn't walk into a trap and take over a trap this week. Not on the Saints' watch, where it was all about the Riz. Darren Rizzi, the new Saints interim head coach, and New Orleans Saints snap a 7-game losing streak. I told you motherfuckers, them in-division games are hard to beat a team twice. Carr, you had just enough petrol in that gas tank this week. Saints hold off the Falcons 20-17. Vikings at Jags. Fuck, man, this was a boring game. I'd rather watch paint dry. But to the Vikings' defense, they were stingy all day, held Jacksonville to just 150 yards total offense. Sam Darnold with 3 turnovers. You know, you're starting to crack like an egg, Sam, I am. Everybody sees your fucking true colors and knows what you are. You're not a franchise quarterback. But you know what? Nobody's talking about it because you guys are winning. Justin Jefferson, absent. Oh, we know. We know. Vikings win 12-7. In a CMC return, Christian McCaffrey. Frisco hold off Tampa Bay 23-20. You know, despite Jake Moody missing them 3 field goals. You know, I seen on the sidelines Deebo Samuel slapping the shit out of you, trying to slap some sense into you. And to be honest, I would have did the same. You know, I mean, what the fuck is going on there? Brock Purdy, you had over 350 yards passing. Sheesh. Ricky Pearsall, you scored your first touchdown there. That's the cat who survived that gunshot wound in the offseason. Big ups to you there, Ricky. You know, just hold on, Bake Show. You're getting Money Mike Evans back next week. And when you come back, I want this guy to get 1,000 yards receiving by the end of this year. You know why? Because the reason why is if he does that, he'll be the first player passing Jerry Rice for most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons with 11. I'm pulling for you, Mike. Bills forced 4 turnovers to get their 5th straight win in Indianapolis. Thought Anthony Richardson was going to be back under center for the Colts, but it appears he's tired, just like his sorry-ass Colts team. Bills 30, Colts 20. Pats at Bears. It appears Drake gets the best of Caleb Williams, be that as it may. Don't let that go over your head. In a battle of 2 number 1 picks for the respective franchises, Drake May takes down Caleb Williams and the Bears 19-3. And to answer your guys' question, no, Caleb Williams is not a bust. It's too early to say that yet. If I do may so myself. You know, I want to speak on something else too. You know, my brother told me to talk about this during the week, and it was basically, you know, the Bears, they had 3 quarterbacks within the last 6 years. Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields, and now Caleb Williams. Well, there's a pattern brewing on in Chicago. When they had Trubisky, he had 2 years. His OC was gone, his head coach was gone. Same thing with Justin Fields. OC gone, head coach gone in 2 years. Now, it appears this week, the Bears just fired their offensive coordinator. And if you ain't got a clue, like I got one fucking Eberflus, the writing's on the wall, they're coming for you. Justin Herbert throws for 1 and rushes for 1 as the Chargers take down the Titans at home 27-17. You know, love or hate the guy, you really got to give it up to Jim Harbaugh. I mean, a guy that's got a roster of players like he's put together. Nobody's really a superstar, a la Justin Herbert, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, and Derwin James. Nobody's really a superstar. They just all know how to come together for one collective goal, and that's winning. And they still find a way to get it done. Harbaugh, you're one of the smartest minds in football. All your players love and respect you. You're a player's coach, and your players simply produce. Much respect. Dallas gets the win at home over Philly. Fuck. You know what? Cancel that. Just cancel that. I fucked up. Fucking sun got in my eyes. You know what? Fuck you, Jerry, alright? You're a piece of shit. Alright? You win that lousy ass product you produce on Sundays. And then you want to take a shot at CeeDee Lamb. Oh, we're just going to tear down the fucking stadium and build a new one. Why would you do that, you bonehead? Why don't you save that money and pay the players you got and find some new players to fill that weak-ass roster? Dakota Prescott, now you're out for season. Go figure. What, the kitchen's too hot for you, bros? Serdarian Lamb. You know, if I was you, I'd start lobbying your way out of Dallas. And trust me, we're all lobbying for you to get out of there. You know, Micah Parsons, when it comes to you, how come I see your podcast more than I see highlights of you on the field? You know, that's a problem, bros. Truth hurts. Ain't that right, Jalen? As you had 4 touchdowns on the day. Eagles blitzed the Cowboys 34-6. Hey, Jerry. Pussy. Jets with a case of Boston plane. Guess who's to blame? You, A-Rod. 150 yards out of you? Fuck, man, that's all you can do? Listen, man, how's your weapon supposed to cook with shit like that? Remember, you pranced around that organization like Florence Nightingale lobbying for the shit you want. You got what you got. Basically, what I'm telling you, you made your bed. Now lie in it, pussy. Cardinals shoot down the Jets 31-6. And that was it for the Week 10 recap. Let's get into these up and smoke players of the week. I only have 2 of them this week. This is a player that's won it 2 weeks now for me. And it's Jake Bates. That's right, my Lions kicker. This is his second game this year. It was a game-winning field goal he did for us. He nailed that 52-yarder there on the road in Houston, where it just squeaked through that upright there. You know, Bates, this guy is incredible. He was once a brick salesman, played in the XFL, thought he'd never play again. I think this guy deserves a little up and smoke recognition, don't you? I mean, have a day, Jake. And you know, the most important thing I like about this cat is he brought up, you know, what all glory be to God. You know, there's something that I just really want you all to know. There's a God in each and every one of us. It just takes you to figure that out. My other up and smoke player of the week is Brock Purdy. You know, Brock Purdy, you had over 350 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns with no turnovers, and you get the win. I think we can put that game manager blunt to rest now, because you prove here that you're more than a game manager, bros. I'm just going to say this. When I think of a quarterback managing a game, I think of my guy, my fellow Wolverine, J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, he's somebody that's got skill, got wiggle in the pocket. He's a game manager. Back to the defense, hand the ball off to that 2-back attack you had there, and rely on your defense to get the job done, just like they did. Brock Purdy, you're more than that. You're throwing the ball down the field, making plays happen. Shouts out to you there. By week 10, I went 10 out of 14 betting. You know, I always told you I'm always, you know, 3 to 4, maybe 5 games away. I'm going to go perfect. You just stick around and stay with me. We'll get into this week 11 slate of games. And our Thursday slate of game is going to be a doozy. I'll tell you that right now. As we got the Washington Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles. This is an in-division game, so the game's going to be turned up about 4 or 5 notches. Know that. The matchup I'm looking to see is newly acquired Marshawn Lattimore. That's right, out of New Orleans Saints, cornerback, all-pro, nicknamed Lockdown Laddie. And if you remember the Saints and Tampa Bay rival, he was always duking it out with Mike Evans. And that was something to see. Just like I know this is going to be something to see. Him going against them Eagle receivers. I'm going to take the Eagles there at home. And in our Sunday slate of games, we got a few of them that I'm looking after and I really want to see. We got the Raiders at Dolphins. Dolphins, you just won that Monday nighter against the Rams. I called that. Just like I'm going to call this one. And I hate doing this, all right? I hate getting up here week after week, or the Raiders are going to do this, or, well, we ain't going to win, well, we're going to cover. It's just, you know what, you're going to lose here, and that just is what it is. We got the Ravens at the Steelers. This is going to be a barn burner. In-division rival matchup. Game always going to be turned up a couple notches. We got the Ravens at the Steelers. This one's interesting. Deontay Johnson's playing against his old team. He was a former Pittsburgh Steeler, now a Raven. He was just traded here within a couple weeks ago. The way the Ravens are rolling, I'm looking for them to keep that steam going. I'm going to take the Ravens there on the road, and that just is what it is. You got the Rams at the Patriots. I mean, if the Rams lose this game, we got a serious problem. Nothing else to be said. We got the Browns at the Saints. And you might as well call this a Jameis Winston Bowl. I really don't even know who the fuck to pick in this. Part of me wants to take Cleveland, but I think I'm going to take the Saints there at home. I'm going to take Alvin Kamara to get a touchdown too. Go over to the Colts and the Jets. Jets, you let me down last week. That ain't the only time you've let me down. Aaron Rodgers, you got a fresh batch of ayahuasca this week, or what are you going to do? I'm looking for the Jets to cover the Colts in sauce. We got the Vikings at the Titans. Listen, Titans, nobody's going to remember you this season. Just remember that, okay? Vikings, everybody knows Sam Darnold's here to crack pretty soon, all right? We know that. I'm still going to take the Vikings on the road. Justin Jefferson, I'm looking for you to score. I think Calvin Ridley, you'll get yours too. We got the Packers at Bears. Packers on the road. Caleb Williams just took a loss this past week. I'm looking for him to take another loss here. I just don't see you beating the Packers. I think the Packers just got a little bit more. We got the Falcons at Denver. Denver been playing pretty good. Bo Nix. I mean, shit, it took a fucking blocked field goal for Kansas City to beat Denver. You know what? I'm taking Falcons in an upset, but I like Denver to cover that spread. We got Seattle at the 49ers. Geno, everybody knows your MO. But the good thing for you here, I like you to get a win here. As funny as that may sound, this is an in-division matchup. Hard to play a team twice and beat them twice. I'm going to take Seattle there on the road. We got the Chiefs at Bills. Buffalo being at home. Listen, I'm looking for somebody to beat the Chiefs, all right? And I like Buffalo here to do it at home. Josh Allen, you've been playing good this year. You're getting all your weapons. I think Von Miller's coming back. And I like them to fucking bag up and sack Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. We also got our Sunday night primetime game. We got the Bengals at Chargers. Take that as you may. Chargers being at home. Harbaugh, he's on a roll this year. Bengals, so is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I think I'm going to take the Bengals here on the road. I just think they got a little bit more firepower there on offense. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at my hometown Detroit Lions. And you know I got a problem with that. The problem I foresee with that is you want to come into our jungle and try to take over. Only problem with that is there's only room in our jungle for lions. All right? You Jacksonville Jesus. I'm looking for the Lions to bag you up all fucking day and sack the shit out of you. Doug Peterson, you're a piece of work. You're probably going to get fired at the end of the season. Fuck. I wouldn't even wait to the end of the season. Just do it now. All right? I like the Lions there at home. We've been steamrolling. Jared Goff, he'll make up for his 5 picks. And that just is what it is. That's it. You ain't know I had these. You ain't the only motherfucker with a pair of these. Listen, I'm taking the Lions at home. That just is what it is. And these are wine tin. We got our Sunday night primetime game. The Bengals at the Chargers. Take this as you may. Harbaugh being at home. Listen, he's steamrolling this year. Give him his respect and credit. So is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Only problem is, what are we going to do since he's going to pay Chase or what? I think the Bengals get paid there on the road. I'm taking the Bengals on the road. They just got a whole lot more firepower than the Chargers. In our Monday game, we got a battle of, this looks like the Battle of Texas, as you got the Texans against Dallas Cowboys. Listen, Texans, Houston, I've been told you every last episode here for the last fucking 5 episodes, you might have a problem. No, you do have a problem. And as for you, Dallas, I would just forfeit. All right, just give it up. I'm taking the Texans there on the road. Listen, man, as I put the blunt out there, I think that's all the smoke for today. I appreciate everybody rocking with me, all the love. Told you every episode, every week, this is brick by brick, and you see that this is brick by brick. And I'm getting better at this shit every week. Shout out to my team. They're keeping my head in the game. I got the best team behind me. Appreciate all the love and support. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Drop comments. You can hit me on my Instagram. Show engagement. I'll talk back. Whether it's parlays or whatever it is you want to know more in depth, just hit me in my DM and just keep it like that. You know what that is? You know what this is. Up in smoke. Pussy. Health. Peace.